Hello everybody! Welcome to a Saturday Funday? Yes, today is gonna be a slightly different thing. I know you're all wondering, where is War for the Planet of the Apes or whatnot? Don't worry. I know this is coming out before that, but that's because this movie came out and I was like, I want to try and start getting out at least 2 reviews if I can help it every weekend. Well, when I can, because like for instance, like Spider-Man was the only thing that came out last week, along with like Ghost Story, which showed up in like 4 theaters and wasn't one near me. So, yes, this is a special Sunday Funday where I actually saw a second film, and just like the other Sunday Funday in which I saw a second film, it was a horror movie. Well, sort of. As you can see, it was Wish Upon. And I will go ahead and let y'all know, I was going into this with a bit of a negative outlook. One, it's a horror movie that's coming out in the middle of the summer. How really good is it going to be? I mean, how many really fantastic horror movies have released in the summer? Like, the only one that technically can qualify that I can think of right off the top of my head is Jaws. I think The Exorcist is another one, but I can't remember. I wasn't born around then, so sorry if I don't remember the exact release date of The Exorcist. But yeah, the horror movie in summer. On top of that, it's a PG-13, and obviously I knew it was going to go for a little bit of blood and guts here and there. So yeah, I wasn't particularly digging it at the beginning. I was like, oh, well, maybe it'll be okay. It wasn't. There is so much not to enjoy with this film. First off, those who have watched the trailers of this, she's a girl, she's a teenager. She gets a wish box, a Japanese wish box, even though I think it's actually Chinese. I don't know. Let's say Chinese, because it's actually the, pretty much story behind this. That's a Chinese wish box that's kind of ventured throughout the entire country and all that. There's an actual backstory to it, which is sad because there's a far more interesting backstory to the wish box than any of the other characters. Nobody else has anything interesting that you can like about them besides the wish box, which actually given a lot of backstory. But that's neither here nor there, and I will get into that later. Yeah, she gets a wish box and she has to use it, or she doesn't have to use it, but she ends up starting to use it to grant wishes. And of course it makes them come true, but it has a price to be paid. Now, that is the basic premise of this film. That could make for a decent kind of horror movie, if a kind of cliched one, which would be easily a forgettable film, but not, the worst thing ever. Instead, all this movie really had to do was just make the main character somewhat likable, make her, not the worst human being in the world, have the acting be at least passable, and on top of everything, not go for just constant jump scares, but actually try to build up an atmosphere. First off, there's only so much you can build atmosphere in an hour and a half. 2, there's not a really good amount of gore that you can put into a PG-13 film. And 3, why didn't y'all try to make actually good characters? This movie has so many problems that just, show ineptitude. Such as, first off, this movie is obviously a rated R film that got butchered down to a PG-13. Anytime somebody was to die in a slightly grisly fashion, quick cut. I mean, it's Resident Evil, poof, oh, suddenly it happened. Or it's off screen, or anything. And it's like, why bother with that? Just have some nuts for just a second, let them drag on the ground and show the gore. I mean, yeah, it seems like it's pointless titillation in a way. Though I don't want to know the person who gets off on this kind of weird shit. Like, they probably played Resident Evil 7 and just beat off the whole time. Ugh. But, I mean, at least it's something. I mean, at least I could say, oh, at least the gore looked nice or anything. Because I will say that much. There's a lot more practical effects this movie does try to do. Except for, like, obviously the scene with the girl who rots. Because, obviously, it's a lot of CGI, but here nor there. I mean, you've seen that in the trailers. If anybody's like, oh my god, there's a girl that rots. She doesn't rot all the way, and it's weird. And just, there's a problem there I'm going to get into in a second. I'm going to talk about the plot of the film, actually kind of describe the issues here and there. But yeah, this movie does feel like it's a neutered film just because of that constant lack of punch, that, you know, that visceralness. And really, you want that. You want something. You want something to cling to. You're like, all right, give me something. And it's like, okay, well, we don't have gore. Do we have characters? No, you really don't. I can't remember the main character's name. That's one of the big issues. There was a quick point I cut out, and I'm like, don't care about her anymore. I'm just going to call her what her dad kept calling her, Buddy. Kept calling her Buddy, and I don't know if that's her actual name. I'm going to try and do this as discreetly as possible, even though I'm telling y'all I'm doing it. But yeah, she is just a forgettable character, which is not a good thing to be. It's like, oh yeah, she's just nigh forgettable. Like I said, don't remember her damn name. The actress who plays her, she does a decent job, but there's plenty of times when she is chewing on some scenery major. Like, I expected to see a damn twig in her mouth. Claire, that's her name. Sorry, I was trying to be discreet. I know people have gone on to me, hey, that's kind of sucky. I don't blame them. That is an asshole thing. Yeah, main character. Her name is Claire. She's your typical teenager. She's kind of picked on by this one girl at school, and that's the reason why she doesn't like her. And the reason why the girl picks on her is because she's a bully and because she has to. That is the extent of the reason why. There's not a good explanation ever for why this girl is picked on by anybody. I mean, maybe it's because she's kind of poor, but I mean, it's not like she dresses weird or she acts weird. And then just these other girls kind of pick on her unnecessarily, and they constantly do shit that's nigh murderous. And it's like, why? Why is this a thing? Why does this exist in my horror movies still? That's a problem I've had with horror films for a while. It's like, we can't just have a bully have actual backstory or anything like that. No, they just have to be a bully, and they're unnaturally aggressive and, in fact, almost willing to kill the main character for no reason. In fact, many times, like, the bully, it's this other lady who I will tell you, I don't even remember her name. She is the worst actress also on the planet, because everything she says is like this, even though she's trying to be intimidating. And I know that that's supposed to be, like, I guess, the Valley Girl making fun of bullshit, but none of it's convincing. You don't care what this bully is saying. You're just like, okay, she's just an atypical bully. Her name might as well be Bully A. But, like, she all but kills Claire many times, and she's just like, well, I guess she should have moved. Alright, I know rich people are snobs. I know they are not always the most caring of folks in the world. But really? And not only that, but we don't see really teachers at this school they're at. We see like one because she happens to take a Mandarin class, even though they constantly call it Chinese class. It's like, you don't realize the Chinese people don't speak Chinese, really. They speak Mandarin, right? And there's even different dialects of that. There's weird things where it's like the director or the writer didn't understand humans. It almost feels like this was a story that they're like, all right, we have this machine that will create a script for us. We just put in basic stuff and it'll fill in the rest, fill in the words. they didn't try to flesh anything out here. Ugh. Yeah, Claire's dad is a hobo, I guess. I don't know. He likes to grab all this shit from different... Sorry, my phone's blinding me. He likes to get shit from people's trash and all that, and he like resells it at swap meets and all that. It doesn't go anywhere, except for eventually leads him to find the music box, or the wish box is what it is. So he finds this wish box, gives it to Claire as an early birthday present, and because of that, she decides to make the wish that she wishes bully number 1 will rot. And okay, here's where I begin to already lose interest in this film, beyond the fact that I kind of can get a little bit understand. It's like, I get Claire, she's just whatever I wish, and knowing that she kind of can read the box, and she says, oh, it says wishing box, but the rest of it I can't read. It's an older dialect of Mandarin. Okay, I can kind of understand that. Like, we don't even speak Old English or anything. But then, you know, the girl begins to rot. She doesn't die. She just like part of her face rots and part of her foot. And not only that, but she has a dog. And I'm like, okay, well, the dog's dead. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh, the dog died. Because she finds her under this fence, and it's this pointless jump scare. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Ugh. But she has these 2 friends. A chubby kind of redhead. I'm sorry, I'm picking on her a little. She's not really chubby. She's Hollywood fat. So she is Meghan Trainor in a way. She's just a friend who's there to cause a ruckus here and there. She's literally just a pointless little plot point that pops up for a second. And then she also has this one young girl. I don't know the actress's name. She's fairly new. I haven't seen her very much. This is like the first time I've seen her, to be fact. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name either. Again, all these people are they're just stereotypes to the point to where I don't remember anybody here. Like I said, I just had to look up Claire. Just so I'm like, main character. That's what I was going to keep calling her otherwise. I'm like, main character? But yeah, but this one of her friends, she's this black girl who obviously is into not Pokemon Go. And it's like, y'all do realize like Pokemon Go's kind of like died. So it kind of shows this movie is really, really dated already, and that's sad. It's like Pokemon Go just came out last year, and that shows how dated this movie is, because Pokemon Go's already kind of died off as a fad. But on top of everything, it shows that this movie went through constant like cuts and shit. But yeah, the one girl who plays her token black friend, she's actually a pretty good actress in this, though she's given kind of shitty lines. And it's like she's just given like the stereotypical, not really stereotypical black friend lines, but more like the stereotypical I'm your kind of quirky friend lines. Like they call the bully girl Smegma, which at one point it was like, alright, well somebody just watch a Let's Play from Rooster Teeth, because who else knows what the hell Smegma is? Yeah, but they say, but she does deliver the lines, though, at least convincingly enough to where I don't feel like she's just reading from a script right here that's in her face. Which Claire, that's this poor girl's problem. She's constantly feeling just, I am doing the lines and things. Maybe I can act. It's a weird Shatnerish kind of thing that's going on. And warning y'all, I'm probably going to get cut here in a second because this camera, I'm going to see its batteries going pew. Yeah. So, ugh. Yeah, Claire decides to make another wish. And this wish is for something. Oh yeah, she wants a boyfriend. She wants this guy to fall in love with her. And then her uncle dies. And her dad was worried about the uncle and was like, oh, we probably don't have anything from his will, blah, 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 because he doesn't like us. Though they don't explain why. It's just, that's a thing. like the uncle supposedly didn't like them, and then she makes a wish. I wish his will was left for me, not for like I wish I had Bill Gates' money or anybody else that is super super rich. No, just our sort of rich uncle. And of course, this kills this one lady who I swear is the villain from The Mist. I can't recall. She looks a lot like her, has the same mannerisms, but she just dies. And it's in the stupidest way possible. She dies thanks to her own stupidity about having this long ponytail always in front instead of in back. Even while she's cutting food, and she annoys me to no end with how she cuts food. She'll cut it up and throw it immediately in the garbage disposal. I'm like, I want to murder you. I hope you die now. That seems a little violent, I think. Yeah, that's whenever I started to notice something, especially considering she died in like this one thing. The uncle, or like the dog just died. Pretty much it had an off-screen death. But the uncle died because he slipped in his bathtub. I was like, alright, that kind of would have been a little rough. Also, you could see like they cut a lot because originally like the tub was sort of filling with blood. But they kind of like cut in certain little areas. But then he goes to get up and he smashes his head into this faucet. Like, it is full on Looney Tunes goofy. He's like, I was laughing hard at that. I was like, that is one of the funniest damn things I've seen in a long time. And this isn't a comedy. Yeah, so I began sitting there going, this is Final Destination in all essence. This is just Final Destination, except for this twerp, because really she is an asshole, because like her uncle dies and she doesn't really seem to give a shit that much. Like, she's like, oh, he's dead. Like, her dog is dead and she's just slightly sad about it. Why is this woman this way? Why is she this? I don't know. It's never really well explained. But then she decides to make... Oh, and then it turns out this one boy who she made her second wish to try and get him to fall madly in love with her. And he begins to fall madly in love with her. And he is just as bland as toast. There's not a single interesting thing about him. Like, the only interesting thing is eventually when they decide to move into the uncle's house and get all of his money that he just magically has, and they go on an 80s shopping spree complete with music, and I'm like, what the hell am I watching right now? I do not feel like I'm watching a movie I was promised here. I was promised a horror movie. I haven't gotten any of that, really. Instead, I'm watching an 80s quirky comedy. It ain't quirky enough for me. Yeah, so the boyfriend is kind of creepy in that he does like stalk her and he likes to take pictures of her while she's sleeping and shit. But other than that, I couldn't tell you even his name. I think it's Billy. But other than that, he's just bland toast. Like, he is literally Troy from Super Mega Force levels of bland and bland acting. I mean, it's bad. But then there is the token Asian guy who had to introduce Claire to his cousin. I think is her cousin. I think her name is Jenna, or Gemma, I think. I think it's Jenna. But we have to have that so that way we can have somebody actually research this freaking box because they can't, read the stupid thing. Pardon me, y'all. So, they go over there and she researches it, and then Claire makes another wish after they leave, and even though she even told her it's like this might be some, dangerous, it speaks about prices and all this and that. Claire's an idiot and she didn't care, I guess, so makes wishes still. That's the problem here. It's like people give Claire obvious, like, here is the problem. Here's what you shouldn't do, which is keep using the stupid thing. But she makes another wish. And I'm trying to remember what her fourth wish is. But here's the other problem. All her wishes are terrible. And in fact, one of her friends eventually, when she exposes the token black girl, she even says, like, yo, your wishes are stupid, right? They're just the worst. Magic jump cut. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't even notice the battery was like blinking at me. I'm like, alright, let me change this out real quick. Oh, but yeah, the token black friend says, yeah, your wishes are terrible. And Claire's like, well, I didn't know it was all coming true, really. Seriously? Seriously, girl. Claire, this is... Listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Oh yeah, I remember what her fourth fucking wish is. She wants to be popular. And I know people can argue, well, she is a teenager and all that. But it's to the point, it's like, she's never shown that she's cared yet. But simply because one girl, like, makes this comment, like, you'll never be popular. Now she fucking cares. And not only that, but she already noticed, she should be noticing a trend rather quickly that, hey, whenever I make wishes, I may get it, but people are dying. Yeah, because Claire meets Gemma or something for like 5 seconds, doesn't heed her advice for a second, and Gemma learns that yes, this thing is going to kill her because there's actually a demon trapped inside. Like I said, it's actually got an interesting backstory for the actual item. Too bad the rest of the story's got no backstory and it's not interesting. But because she met her for 5 seconds, I would have figured it would be like the box or something that would kill people that you know first or something. I don't know. But it does take more like the movie The Box, and that it's a random fucking person. And Gemma dies because she trips and gets impaled in the face. And it's the funniest damn thing ever. It's like, quit giving me funny deaths. That's not gonna win me back. It's not. Yeah, so that happens. And then more shenanigans, I guess, with the token Asian guy, who, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, because he actually also puts in a decent performance. Him and token black friend are actually the good actors in this movie. But yeah, so he's like, oh, Claire, it's dangerous. You shouldn't be using it and everything. I don't care because I'm an idiot is what Claire's response is. And then she decides to make another wish because her dad used to play a saxophone and she wants him to quit being so lame. So she makes a wish for him to quit being lame or break him cool again. It's like, Claire, are you retarded? Are you just the dumbest person there is? You had to be eating paint chips as a child or something. And I do know that this is a girl who, I kind of glossed over one thing, that Claire saw her mother commit suicide. And that's supposed to be a thing eventually. I'll get into it in a moment, but it doesn't hold as much weight as you would think. But, so her dad's cool again, but then her friend dies, even though it tries to do this fake out thing where you think the dad might die because of his own stupidity. Like, literally everybody who's about to die, it almost doesn't feel like it would be the box, because it's not even quite Final Destination that you see like doing something. No, it's always people's own stupidity that keeps killing them in. It's like, why? Why do I care here? So that happens, but yeah, her friend dies via an elevator. And the redhead has like the most like nonchalant kind of reaction, like, oh, you killed her. This is your fault. Exit stage left. And she just walks off like, guess script told her to fuck off. Yeah, so Claire decides, or she's just sitting there after a while being sad because I killed my friend because I wished for my dad to be cool, which was a stupid wish to begin with. Or I can't remember if her dad being cool or being popular came up first. I don't know. Either one of them, they're both terrible wishes. It's like, it just shows the shallowness of the main character. And I get she's a teenager, but it's to the point to where it's like, once she learned that this thing might be actually granting wishes, why doesn't she try something like her friend even says, cure cancer, make world peace a thing, bring back her mother who committed suicide? No, Claire doesn't make that until the sixth wish. Yeah, after finally, deciding, oh, this is what I should totally do, her friend decides to steal it from Claire. Claire, like, I don't know how to put this. I'm trying to remember the movie, and I'm sorry, it's already starting to fade because I'm angry at this point, and I'm like blanking out. Okay, yeah, here's how it all happens, because turns out if you give away or try to get rid of the box before your 7 wishes are fulfilled, all the wishes will be undone. Well, her redhead friend somehow steals it from her without Claire noticing, even though she has it hidden away in her room. And it's totally not noticeable. A big fucking AC vent. It's like, holy shit, I bet your room's freezing. And because of that, the boyfriend, who's bland as toast, decides to commit suicide in front of her. He says, I'm going to kill you, then kill myself. And again, it's shows him starting to cut, just a little bit of blood, and then, oh, cut away. Then suddenly, the ambulance. And then it turns out that the uncle didn't pay taxes, so they get the house repossessed and all the money taken away. And then everything gets undone, and it's like, why do I care? Why do I care what has happened to this girl? That's a constant issue I'm having. It's I don't care that this shit's happening to her. And only that, but then we learned the redheaded friend, like I said, took it from her. How is that Claire's fault that under the rules of this stupid box that should affect her that way? It shouldn't. Now, Claire could be one to just, let it happen, be cool with it, who cares, whatever. Instead, where she destroys herself and where the movie actually becomes just downright anger-inducing, she freaks out, steals it from her friend, actually uses it, even though she knows for a damn fact this thing is killing people that she cares about. She wishes for her mother to come back, which is a noble enough wish, whatever. Who fucking cares at this point? There's no redeeming factor for this character, especially whenever she learns that her mother originally had the damn box. And that's one of the things that's part of the beginning of the movie. You see Claire's mom and she's trying to get rid of the box, but then she ends up killing herself. It's never really well explained, because getting rid of the thing should have undid all the wishes, but not getting into that. But when she wishes her mother back, suddenly there's 2 extra kids that happen to be twins. I guess they're part of Claire's. And not only that, but Claire blames her mom for the wish box. Really? It's her mother's fault? Seriously, you're mad at your mom for doing what you have been doing. You are blaming her for your problems. Wow! Holy shit! That doesn't make a lick of damn sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. But we have to wrap up this movie because I guess they realized they wanted to make this an hour and a half long, and saying an hour and 20 minutes, oh shit, we need to finish this thing. So they quickly kill off the dad in a neutered or PG-13 thing, because he has a chainsaw supposed to swing, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to cut his head off, even though the angle would just cut off like the back of his head. But even then, chainsaws usually don't just keep going. You have to keep holding the here and there. That's a whole other little horror trope. But he then dies. Claire's surprised by this, and she's like, I figured out a way to beat you. And she makes a wish to reverse everything. Pretty much go back to the day when her dad discovered the box. Which she's like, I beat it, ha 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 ha. Goes to see the Asian guy who she kind of was supposedly having a thing with. And I'll say he actually was a good actor. Or for what he was given, it was given basic fucking movie lines. None of it was important. None of it felt like we gave a shit about him, but at least he was a decent enough human. On screen, he was like, alright, I don't hate you. I will say that much. You're not Troy, the boyfriend. Again, I think his name is Billy. Woo! That's his big claim to fame. He killed himself in this movie. Yeah, she goes up to him, talks to him for a second, gives him the music box to kind of talk with his cousin about, walks in the street, doesn't pay attention, gets hit by a fucking car. It's the funniest damn thing ever. And it's Bully A from beginning, as she said to Rod. And the bully, well, she's walked in front of me. Oh my god, you just killed a person and you have this kind of an attitude? You're human. I know teenagers are horrible people, but dear God, I've never seen this horrible of a group of people. Oh, shit. And then movie ends with the mid-credit sequence where Asian guy decides to keep the box instead of bury it like Claire wanted him to, and end because we need to set up a sequel possibly. Oh, fuck this movie. Oh, this movie sucks so hard. It would have been one thing if we would have just had an inept horror movie. But instead, you don't have interesting characters. You can literally just call them all stereotypes. You can go, that is token black friend. That is token Asian guy. That is token female. No, that is token female friend. Urgh. On top of it, this is actually a painfully slow movie. I described this movie, and it took a bit just because I was describing each of the stupid fucking wishes she made. But it was really, it took its sweet ass time. And it would have been something if it was building atmosphere, if it was building suspense, anything. No, we weren't getting that. We were just getting random, non-gory death scenes and no atmosphere, no brooding. There was no wonderment. We were just waiting from scene to scene till Claire decided to make another stupid wish. And that's another massive problem. The main character is completely unlikable. I mean, it would have been one thing if her second wish was to be popular and suddenly it started happening and somebody died. Then she would have noticed it and she would have maybe made broader wishes or anything like that. But instead, it takes her to over halfway through her wishes till she truly understands it, and even then always acts surprised during it. It's like, you know what's happening, why is it surprising you? I don't get it. I just don't understand how we have a character so blatantly stupid. And on top of everything, she's just so thoroughly unlikable because of how snotty and kind of bratty she is. So, yeah, Wish Upon was something I wish I never saw. I have a wish box. I will almost take somebody's death just so I don't have to. I wish I never saw that. Being better than her stupid wishes she made. Ugh. So, I guess I need to give this thing a score. I'm gonna give this thing a score. It seems easy, but I can't help it. It's a fucking 1. There's not a redeeming factor to the movie. Even its short length of only like an hour and 20 some odd minutes. I mean, this is actually a breezy in terms of length movie. It's on a shorter spectrum. It's not quite Jonah Hex. It's 60 minutes long. Jonah Hex is the most baffling film I've ever seen. Because it has about like 5 or so minutes on each end of it. So the actual meat of the film is 60 minutes long. It's like, the hell, did we forget the rest of this movie? But yeah, this is a painful sit to go through. You're not going to enjoy the acting. You're not going to enjoy the gore. You're not going to enjoy any suspense because there is none. You're just not going to really be able to enjoy this movie. I mean, there's just nothing that draws you in. There's nothing that makes you want to care about any of this. So by the end of it, you're just, I don't care. Ugh. So yeah, that's Wish Upon. Don't see it. I know not very many people actually are seeing this. From what I've heard, it's hitting down pretty hard, but still, yeah, just avoid it like I probably should have. But I got to see it with a friend who was actually pretty cool. I might try and go see more horror movies with her. She's a huge horror movie buff. Since I know my brother, he likes horror movies, but of course he can't appear on camera. But on top of everything, she's more willing to see these shitty, schlocky kind of films with me. So that's also cool. So I might try and get her on camera. She can also talk. She'd probably be a lot happier than I am. And I think she enjoyed this movie a lot more than I did. Though I was happy to have company, because otherwise this would have been a miserable experience when I'm supposed to be So yeah, War for Planet of the Apes will be tomorrow, technically to me. This is Saturday night I'm filming this. In fact, it's 1 o'clock in the morning Saturday. So that's why this video, the audio might be a little weird, because I'm trying to be a little quiet, but I'll boost up my voice if I can help it or anything. So try to help you out a little there. So yeah, War for Planet of the Apes will be tomorrow. This will probably be a little before it, but could be a lot worse. Yeah, so Miss Wish Upon, I'm not sure I'm going to like War for Planet of the Apes. So, yay, 2 shit movies again. So, I'll see y'all next time. So, bye-bye, everybody.